All right, where are we? Okay, we do Q&As every Saturday morning. We do 2 podcasts a week. One on Wednesday and then this one on Saturday. The Saturday, it's your questions, our answers. If you have any questions you'd like to submit, feel free to do so. You can do that by emailing them to fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. Plenty of forums on the website if you wish to submit that way. Go to our website, freightbrokertv.com. Fill out a form, submit. You can even Skype your question to us. Just open up your Skype and do a search for FBTV. And keep in mind, too, if you want to call using your Skype to us at FBTV, you can leave an audio message, and we'll get it. Don't be surprised if you hear it, though, during a future podcast. But anyway, all kinds of ways to get that information to us. All right, Carol, she writes in, I'm an owner-operator, and occasionally I'll get a load from a broker and find that it's not as the broker described. Go figure. Such as load time, delivery time, sometimes wait, driver assist, it goes on. Why doesn't the broker have the correct information when brokering me the load? Carol, that's a good question. You know, when I was driving, that used to happen to me all the time, too. Or not all the time, but more times than not, whenever I had a brokered load, my dispatcher would say, okay, call the broker for dispatch. I called the broker, and I think I went over one of the loads here a while back that I did going to Walmart distribution center where I was lied to. The broker told me it was no touch, and I knew it was going to be. But anyway, why do brokers do that? Well, Carol, this may be surprising. I don't know why. Because every broker, 99.9% of the time, when something like this occurs, the broker knew the information before they gave you the loan. They just didn't tell you. There is that rare, very rare occasion that it just got screwed up. The shipper didn't tell the broker. The broker had no way to tell you, or something happened, between the time you were told about the load and the load, got delivered or picked up or whatever. However, should the broker find out any information that changes things, they should automatically call you. A lot of brokers, I just tell you, they get so caught up in wanting to make money from moving a load, they feel like they've got to withhold information, maybe bend the information a little bit. We've all heard of trucker stories. Well, dispatch story or broker stories as well, huh? And why they do it, I don't know. I used to work with the guy. I'm going to give you a little bit of my history. There was a time I was a broker agent for a while. And decided, I got an offer from a freight brokerage to come to work for them direct as an employee. And at the time, it sounded like a good idea. I didn't last long, 3 months, because it was driving me up the wall. Because I was making a salary, didn't have to worry about it. If I didn't move any loads this week, didn't matter. I had a paycheck coming. That kind of deal. That was what enticed me. But after 3 months of it, adding up what my commissions would have been as compared to what I got paid as a salary, I had enough. I lost like $10,000 by being an employee instead of an agent. Any good salesperson, I don't care what they sell, whenever they go to check on a job, they want to know what the commission is. Hey, if there's additional pay that goes with it, that's fine. But any salesperson that's worth their weight in salt wants commission, period. Matter of fact, years ago, at a very large brokerage company, contact us at TALTOA. And I got to throw this in since I said TALTOA. If you're looking to get into the industry as a freight broker agent, even if you're a trucking company wanting to start your own brokerage, check us out, TALTOA, TALTOA.com. Guaranteed placement. So check that out. But anyway, back to my story. I had a guy was working at that company with me. He sat across the room from me, and I'd hear him. He would flat out pretty much lie about every load he put on a truck, and that just blew me away. Totally blew me away. I could not, for the life of me, understand why anybody would want to lie about a load. Any details or whatever, because you just know, as soon as that lie leaves your mouth, you know within a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, in just a matter of hours, that lie is going to come back and bite you. The phone's going to ring. It's going to be the trucking company or somebody on the other end that ain't too happy, and you've got to deal with it. What do you do? Why do you want to make the stress that hard? Why do you want to get a reputation like that to where, people don't want to work with you? You burn bridges. And today it's so easy to burn a bridge, and, trucking companies and brokers can post information about you or how you did your job or whatever, and it's just ridiculous. And I'm not a real big fan of that, because sometimes things get, can you say Amber Heard? If you've been keeping up with that was nutty. Glad it's over. They both ought to be embarrassed. That is what it is. But anyway, never understood why a broker did that. But Carol, getting back to your question, generally a broker knows. The broker knows. If they don't, they're not doing their job. A broker should know everything about that load, period. They should know the right questions to ask. If it's a flatbed load, does it need to be tarped? If it's a drive-in load, depending on what the commodity is it a lumper load? Does it need to be a driver assist? Is there any special securement? Same thing with the refrigerated load, things like that. If it's going to a grocery warehouse, is there a pallet exchange? Lumpers, there are lumpers. A broker should know this stuff. A broker should know when the load can deliver. Now, more times than not, and we even train this to our clients, unless it's a definite hard appointment time for delivery, we instruct our clients to put call, C-A-L-L, for delivery time. That the way that forces the trucking company call the receiver of the load and get a time that they can deliver. So that way there's no middleman there. That should be something between the trucking company and the receiver of the load. Loading hours, we generally know. More times than not, a customer working with a broker, they're going to give them a window. It might be 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., first come, first serve. But the thing is, we will know that. Okay. So why do they lie? I have no idea. No idea. There's no reason to do that. And like I said, there's a small percentage of the time that things just foul up. I had one load one time where the customer, it had one stop on the load, and while the truck was getting loaded, they added a second stop. That wasn't going to fly. They can't do that. That's wrong. You see what I'm saying? They were trying to sneak it in. That's the only time I had a customer. I really don't think that the customer was trying to be sneaky. I think it just happened. It's just one of those things. It's trucking. Things happen. But the carrier, they couldn't do the extra stop. It's just, it's taking them too far out. They had a reason to get to the destination where that load, and the quicker the better, and they fell off of it. Okay, so anyway. Carol, I hope that answers your question. Hope that helps you out. Who knows? Who knows why? There's really nothing you can do, because no matter what questions you ask the broker, if he's not being honest with you, you're never going to know. So...